Hey, I'm Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
John Sue with
the Favorite.
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching NorbCam.
What's up, everybody? This is NorbCam with a NorbCam News Minute. First, some thoughts on the Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck and his sudden retirement from the NFL. Andrew Luck shocked the world last Saturday when he announced that he was going to retire from the NFL, citing reasons that he was simply tired of the cycle he'd been going through of injury, pain, rehab, injury, pain, rehab, and decided the best thing for him would be to simply walk away from the sport of football. It was a shock to everyone, I'm sure especially to Colts fans, after a year in 2018 when he was selected as the comeback player of the year in the NFL. A lot of people, including myself, saw the Colts as possibly the team to compete for the AFC and possibly steal that mantle away from the New England Patriots. Losing Andrew Luck in the NFL is very disappointing. He really was a great quarterback coming out of Stanford. Even to the very end, before his retirement, people were still saying if you could do the draft over again, Andrew Luck would be the guy that you would pick first in that draft class. But to me, what this simply proves once again is that of all the abilities a quarterback has, nothing is more important than availability. And we saw it with the three quarterbacks that came out of the 2012 draft class. We had Andrew Luck, we had RG3, and of course we had Russell Wilson. What happened to those first two? RG3 started out hot and played a style of football that his body couldn't maintain. Took too many bad hits, took some bad shots to the knee, and quickly his game fell apart. Andrew Luck, similar fashion. His body couldn't take the punishment that it was getting dealt year after year after year, and each injury seemed to be more compounding than the other, to a point finally where he couldn't stay on the field for any duration of time, till last year when he finally came back. But started this year with another leg issue. Started out as an ankle and then became kind of a high ankle / calf issue. And I think it was just simply too much for him to handle. Which brings me to my feeling about why Russell Wilson is such a great player and why he's worth every dollar that he earned in that last contract with the Seahawks. And that is, when you look at those issues, injuries, Russell Wilson has never missed a start in his career with the Seahawks. And when you think about that and you think about all the injuries we keep seeing year after year, it's amazing that Russell Wilson, especially as physical and as much of a runner and scrambler that he has never missed a game. That is really amazing. And that's, to me, the real value in what makes Russell Wilson so great. Not only is he consistent in his work ethic, in his performance, but he's consistent in that he's always available to the team on the field. And that may be the greatest strength that he brings as a quarterback. Next up, the Houston Texans' Jadeveon Clowney and possible trade with Seattle. Could it happen? Defensive end Jadeveon Clowney, a first-round pick by the Texans, was supposed to sign the franchise tag with the Texans and make about $15-16 million, but he chose not to, which isn't every player's right. He wanted to test the market and see if he could barter himself a better deal. He has spoken with several teams, Seahawks included, trying to see if there might be interest in a possible trade. So, from a Seattle's perspective, would we want this to happen? Here's the facts. Seattle is a little bit short on the pass rush side with the Jarran Reed suspension, with the loss of Frank Clark. LJ Collier has missed most of the preseason. Ziggy Ansah from Detroit is also hurt and banged up, so we're real thin on strong pass rushers. So the idea of being able to get a Jadeveon Clowney to come in here and make an impact right away is pretty tempting. So the question is, what would we have to give up in order to get him? What we do know about the Houston Texans is they are hurting at running back due to some injuries in their backfield. And one of the things Seattle has a plethora of right now is that we are very deep in running back. We got Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, CJ Prosise, JD McKissick, Homer, more backs than we know what to do with. And so there is a very real possibility that a trade for Jadeveon Clowney, a draft pick and a player, could possibly be what it would take to move Jadeveon Clowney here. Would we want to give up as big of a player like Rashad Penny? The risk to that, of course, is Jadeveon Clowney has his own history of knee issues. We wouldn't be able to sign him to a long-term deal until after the season is done. So there is that possibility that would only be for this 1 year. Then if we lose him, we could get a compensatory third-round pick if we don't end up signing him to a long-term deal. So a lot of things to watch here. So there's definitely conversations happening. The story will probably change by the day since the regular season is right around the corner. But in my opinion, I think it might be worth the gamble for having a player like him come in and make an immediate impact in a spot that we're definitely short in right now. Last up today is the final preseason game of the 2019 season. We host the Las Vegas Raiders here at CenturyLink, and I'm excited to be showing you my live reaction at that game tonight. But what should we be looking for in tonight's game between the Seahawks and the Raiders? The nickel corner position. It's a very competitive one right now. We've got Jamar Taylor, Ugo Amadi, and Akeem King all playing pretty well, all competing for that nickel corner spot. So keep an eye on those three guys. Let's see which one makes a big play and an impact tonight. The Seahawks will be making their 53-man roster this weekend, so tonight is a huge night for some of these guys who may end up without a job if they don't do something special. Another position to watch, wide receiver, with David Moore injured and DK Metcalf unavailable. That's opened up the doors for a lot of these rookies and lower tier guys to kind of battle for those 3, 4, 5 spots on the team. We're talking about rookies John Ursua and Gary Jennings, Malik Turner, Keenan Reynolds, and then, of course, Jazz Ferguson, who's made quite the impact. Ursua's done a great job. He's one of my personal favorites. Gary Jennings, one who hasn't really made the most of his opportunities yet, so he's looking to try to have a breakout game. Same with Malik Turner and Keenan Reynolds. And then Jazz Ferguson has been very impressive so far, using his size and doing some of those plays that we thought DK Metcalf would be doing. And finally, the quarterback position. We've had injuries to both Geno Smith and that nasty concussion blow to Paxton Lynch against the Vikings. Tonight, they will split reps, and this is kind of their chance to finally say, hey, this is why you should take me as your backup quarterback. A position that, for the most part, it's only exciting now because if all things work out the way they should, we will hopefully never see these guys on the field. And Russell Wilson will be the guy calling the shots all year round. Right now, I'd say that Geno Smith has got him by an edge. Paxton Lynch in that game against the Vikings, unfortunately, couldn't follow up his first really good performance, had that nasty injury, which also sent him back. So he's got to try to steal the job from Geno Smith in order to get his spot on this team. So that'll be fun to watch in this Raiders preseason. Of course, the Raiders have been featured in the Hard Knocks show on HBO. I've been keeping track on that, and it's been fun to watch Gruden and the saga with Antonio Brown and the rest of the players behind the scenes. One thing to watch for is number 24. I forgot his name, but number 24, he's a cornerback. Gets very physical. He likes to hit. Keep an eye on him tonight as he tries to pound some people on the other side of the ball. But otherwise, score doesn't really matter. Ultimately, these battles are fun to watch. I just hope, please, no injuries tonight. Let's get a safe finish to the preseason. Let's get to that 53-man roster, and let's go regular season next week. All right, that's it. That was the NorbCam News Minute. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. Talk to you guys later. Go Hawks.